The party has been greeted by the lovely and beautiful Elizabeth.
Is she right behind me because I was helping Tillian, or where is she at to Rowan?
She's just kind of approached straight on from her side of the woods. So she was kind of off in the east and has kind of come towards the west.
So she's flanking us.
She's flanking. Yeah.
She's not trying to be stealthy by any means. She's curious to who is proposing. What proposition you have?
I'm gonna turn him around and kind of pat him on the back and just kind of whisper in his ear.
Rowan, you hear at this distance the slight sound of kind of like a running faucet, liquid on metal.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
I need everybody to make Constitution saving throws.
Good thing I got a high con.
That is a...
Somebody
21.
roll for Dom as well, please.
18.
Somebody just go ahead and pull his thing up and play for him.
I mean, he
Was,
rolled a 19. plus
Anybody
those.
lower than a 15?
Oh no.
Nobody lower than just Tillian himself. You see as he he pukes and just vomits, and you see as she kind of
someone can stand the side of me.
She quickly runs all the way around to the other side of the forest and perches herself on another set of trees.
What offers do you have for me?
She's just drooling with this ooze of saliva that's just like green mucus.
Surely
She comes closer.
one of you is brave enough to marry me.
He passes out.
I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch him so he doesn't, because I'm right behind him. I'm gonna try to catch him. Okay. And I'm gonna gently.
You see as he's just kind of
put him on the ground.
nodding and out, just vomit kind of down him. His armor is just coated in the vomit as well.
I'm going to roll him on his stomach so he doesn't choke on his vomit. Real life stuff. So I'm just gonna roll him on his stomach. And because we can't lean him against anything.
We were trying to see if we could maybe help you.
She comes over to you, Asher. You see the bones kind of almost spears out her back, her shoulder blades her scapula just kind of she reaches out and just strokes your face a little bit and then
Excuse me.
she
Hello.
rushes over to you, Briar.
Hi, nice to meet you. Actually, he's already married to my cousin, and this guy really wanted to marry you. I'm Briar's, nice to meet you. And she reaches her hand out to shake, whatever. Sweet, super nice.
She like wraps her tongue around and is
Perfect.
like,
Yeah.
go ahead
The
and roll
moment
another
she does
Constitution saving throw.
that- Yeah, the moment she does that, I'm gonna attempt to cast Remove Curse.
Okay. So we'll play this like a dispel magic.
Okay.
Because technically remove curse just removes curse, but this is a different kind of curse. It's attached to a different source. So you can attempt, but it will be very hard.
Yeah, that's
So-
okay.
Well,
So, yeah,
sorry.
we have a plan. Let me.
Mhm.
Okay, Constitution is a 13 plus 4. That's a 17.
You hold it down.
Asher's gonna also pop Detect Magic as well to see if he can find like a source of the curse.
There does not appear to be anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything. There does not appear to be any magical items or anything of the jewelry that's on her or anything like that.
We are aware that you were cursed. Maybe you could. The witches that cursed you, did they give you an item?
Witches. It was so long ago.
I'm gonna roll a history check for her.
She's got to remember her own story.
No, she rolled a 3.
I remember I was to be wed. But it was not for the dowry that I did not want this man. He had lots of money. But he was a nasty man. It was a ring that was absurdly large. But my heart cannot be won with such frivolous things. I wanted my love.
Briar's gonna be tearing up. I'm so sorry. I know
But
hopeless romance.
he wanted my treasures and my beauty. I am not under any curse. This is a blessing. I will find one worthy of the love I have to offer someone. This one.
She crawls over, crawls over towards you holding Tillian in his plate armor.
Quite noble.
As she laughs, her breath is just horrendous. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw for me, Rowan.
You. He is a
Ooh.
very nice guy.
18 plus 5, 23.
It is like as she breathes this laugh, and
That was a bit of humor. He is a charming fool.
To be fair, he wanted to marry you.
Oh, did he?
He did. but I think he's a little incapable at the moment.
He didn't think I'm beautiful. Of course not.
She like crawls over to Karan.
Look at me. What do you think of me?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so that's a 16 plus 3 is a 19.
Still you get a breath, not only the breath, just her overall just stench, just some of the greasy black hair kind of brushes against you, and it kind of, as she pulls away from you, it sticks to your face a little bit.
She asked what I thought of her, right?
Yes.
Karan would respond, and he was going to reach out and kind of touch the side of her face, almost like to hold it caressingly.
She leans into it.
I think that you deserve to rest. And I'm also going to try to.
Go ahead.
And then I was also going to
So,
try to aid Briar.
all right, so both of you together roll your checks with advantage. One of you
Okay.
roll with advantage, or both of you roll.
Go
And then you
ahead.
will add your spell level. Right?
Okay.
Or how does that work? Whatever the rules for
So-
a...
so-
Let me pull
For-
up spell magic.
Yeah, dispel magic or remove curse.
Well,
we're
he said
going to
he
use
wants to
dispel
run it.
magic rules for
We're using
the
dispel
remove
magic.
curse,
Okay.
because this is
Yeah.
just a special case scenario. Hey! Hello! The Derpwood. Thank you for the raid. Hello, raiders. Welcome. They are dealing with the lovely princess right now.
We're going third
She's
level.
beautiful.
I'm
She's
going
beautiful,
third
yes.
level.
We have to make a spell. It cannot be me. It'll have to be you if we're going to do a dispel.
No.
I cannot do
We're
No.
It's remove
It's
curse
dispel
with the
rules.
of
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's how you get your
Yeah.
roll for it.
All right.
That's
So-
D20, add your spell modifier,
Yep.
and then
Mhm.
you have to beat.
Yep.
It's
Whatever that. Yeah.
it is pretty tough here, so
Okay. Just, I got really okay. Okay, well that one's bad. I think that
Oh,
one was
cool.
10
Right. So it's
plus 5.
10 plus the spell's level. Yeah.
Plus the spell's level or plus the modifier?
Here, I'm gonna post it right in the chat so everyone can see it. So
there's the spell rules.
there's the spell rules.
So this
choose
is
a-
my level. The DC, this would be technically my spell's level.
Yes. So
Yes.
that's the
So
DC,
mine is
but-
pretty high. I've already decided. The snoring is the princess. That is just her breathing, because she's a little bit cursed right now. She's congested. If you her
Little
description, some of the stuff would make sense the way she was described.
Mhm.
I rolled a 19. It wasn't a crit. I rolled a 19. So that would make
What is your
it
total?
22.
Okay.
To the third level spell if we're going by spells level. Not
Okay.
She kind of winces a little bit at the realization that you've cast a spell on her, feeling some kind of effect from it.
Magic, you
she begins to extend her claw a little bit towards you, like
Rowan's
ready to strike.
Rowan's gonna kind of run up to her and say, "What do you look for in love?"
I look for humility and honesty and kindness.
She kind of comes over to you, Rowan.
Do you have this to offer?
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
16 plus 5, 21.
Again, still kind of.
What about you?
She kind of like the back of her claws, still kind of sharp in themselves, kind of like along your cheek.
You will be my new suitor.
Spoken for. I don't want to. I'm just trying to.
I could eat your head off, and then you would be
Oh, no.
available.
Let's not, because I think it would mess with your complexion.
Roll a deception check. What? Where are you going with this?
I have no idea.
Kiss her. Hashtag kiss her. Hello, everybody that just followed. I'll get to you when I have a moment that I'm not being princess right now.
I'm super happy with my dice today, because I think if I would have failed this, I would have been dead. 19 flat, because he has a 0 to his charisma.
What do you think of my complexion?
She kind of slices open one of the boils, and this kind of like black pus oozes out.
Quite lovely.
By this point,
Rowan?
Tillian. I'm gonna roll another Constitution saving throw for him.
I really hope he passes back
Kinda
out.
pukes all over himself again, seeing
Jesus
as this thing is hovering
I'm
over
trying to
him
wingman for this
and,
guy
and
here.
you. I will marry you.
And what do you have to offer?
He kind of starts to just take off the armor. Kind of he's like unbuckling all of the like at this point he's just cutting the buckles off of this stuff. I'm not a noble knight. I'm not shiny and polished and clean. I'm messy. But I'm a good man. And if I had love, I would treat her well. It would be mutual. And another Constitution saving throw. He holds it down. And you know, yes, you're hideous. But that's not your fault. It was a curse placed on you by a bitter, bitter woman, an old witch and her coven. And it's not your fault. You were a good woman and you wanted love. And even in your quest for true love, you were slighted once again. But I am a man of my word. And loyalty is important to me. I have nothing to offer but myself. He gets down on one knee.
Am I within 5 feet of him?
Yeah, you were holding him.
Okay, good. Because basically, I'm watching her like a hawk to see if there's any sort of aggressive movement to bite him, to where I can kind of pull him and basically use a sentinel attack to keep her from.
She crawls right over to him, kind of towering over both of you again, and she kind of on either side of his face, and then kind of like
Then we shall seal it with a kiss.
Asher's wins at that. Everybody roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, that's a 16 plus 3.
He fails. Okay. Pukes again. But at this point, it's just like there's nothing left in it. He's already thrown up like 3 times in a row here. There's just like nothing coming out.
Dry heaving.
If that will break the curse, then so be it.
Rowan's gonna put like a supportive hand on the shoulder.
It's like the person throwing up into a toilet, but you're like
Holding the hair back.
You see as the tongue, the like snake-like tongue kind of curls back into her mouth, and the dry, cracked, boiled lips kind of purse together, but they're so thin and just scaly that it barely makes like the kissy face, and she I'm gonna do one last. Hey, he rolled a nat 20 on his last Constitution saving throw. Let's go. You see, as she kisses him and then crawls back. And it's like she starts to shrivel, and like her bones kind of recede into her body and just leave the skin that just kind of like flaps there. The rings and bracelets on her arms just kind of fall to the ground and scatter amongst the forest floor. And then the chainmail that was Jathril's chainmail kind of falls off the head as the head becomes just sunken in, the bones just leaving. It's a no bones day for her. And this form shrivels up, and then this light begins to emanate from within the forest around you. And the daytime that it should be is revealed as some of the fog is lifted in the forest. And there is a moment where in this light you see the figure of a woman. Normal, human woman. And you see as the true form of Elizabeth is revealed. She's fair-skinned with kind of like purple lavender makeup and lavender lipstick on, in this kind of like green kind of simple noble dress probably from her time thousands of years ago. And she kind of looks around, and then she looks at Tillian after having shed his armor and vomit down his face. He kind of
I was gonna move his hand to his back and kind of push him forward.
Nice to meet you. Is it Elizabeth or Elizabeth, or there's been a lot of different versions of your story throughout time. My name is Elizabeth. But you can call me whatever you want. I have a lot of catching up to do with this new world. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. She kind of like giggles a little bit, and he, my name is Tillian, and I guess I'm your husband now. I guess so. They're like kind of like awkward teenagers on a first date, but like they're married now. Dom kind of chimes in from the side. Well, go on. Hug each other or something. And they kind of that's something Dom would say.
Classic Dom.
Dom is
That
one
is
of our other
classic
players.
Dom.
He was not able to be here, but it's something he would say probably.
Asher's gonna
They
look over to Dom.
kind of come together.
Be like, well, if you agreed to be bait, I mean, looks like things ended up pretty well.
Okay. So now what? I was kind of expecting to die today. But now I've got a new life. He turns to the group. Thank you.
It's so pretty. You're so gold. You guys go get live a happy life. I.
Okay. So he kind of like walks over and like tries to wipe off some of the stuff, and she kind of, it's okay, and she just runs over and like gives him a big hug. He sweeps her up and kind of like twirls her around. And then at this point they stop, and she kind of like stares up at him, and he kind of looks down at her, and he's so confused, but then he just like in kind of a moment then starts to smile at her, and she smiles back, and then they kiss. It is a normal wet kiss, not the dry, scaly, pukey kiss that it was before. Well, I guess this makes you heir to all I own. And I guess now Tilo and Terno can truly combine forces and be the great kingdoms they were meant to be. All these years and nobody brave enough to step up. But you, Sir Tillian, oh, I'm not a sir, I'm not a knight, I'm just a peasant.
God,
You're
Sherberd's back.
not just a peasant. What did you say?
I said, oh God, she'll revert back.
Bites his head off.
The
I don't need for you to be a knight. I don't need you to be anything. I just need you to love me. I can do that. But there are perks with this. Let's go check if my castle's still standing. Thousands of years. I do have a hoard of lots of lovely things that are now yours. Yeah. So he kind of gives you back your 20 gold, and then actually I have some stuff. Hold on. She walks over to kind of like a pile of things that were just kind of like hidden away in the forest, as she had done with her items that have been offered as gifts to her. There is a little ring among the jewelry scattered along the floor. It's a little ring with a brain on it, as like the gem. The gem is just like a little brain, like shaped gem. There is also a hold on a second here. there's a small cane, but then she kind of takes the cane and opens it up, and you can see as she kind of, it is actually like a cane with a sword hidden within the shaft of the cane itself. It's a little sneaky little
Cane
weapon
sword.
that you can take on.
Hidden shit.
And another thing is the this little perfume bottle. This had no use for me. No matter how much I tried, I was still so smelly. But I tried to help as much as I could. But this is really good for getting your way with someone that is the perfume of bewitching. That ring there is, as it was described to me, a ring of mind shielding. No identifier. She's telling you what it is. Easy peasy. Hell
Great.
yeah. Let's go.
Let's
And
go. No ritual
The
fail.
cane is the veteran's cane, or veteran's cane is what it's called. Well, my Prince Charming, say we have our honeymoon. Oh, okay. This is what I thought was going to be the worst day of my life, or the last day of my life, has become the first day of the rest of my life. What a turn of events. Thank you so much. And just some gold. He kind of like motions to Erzsébet. She kind of goes over to another stash and this big hefty coin purse. She kind of hands it to you guys. That will be 200 gold each. Yep.
Rowan will take the gold, but move to Jathryl's armor and hold it up to her. Mind if I have this? This belongs
yes,
to somebody that I know.
He was very tasty. I'm joking.
You see Rowan just kind of like get like lightheaded for a second.
Now that do you remember the witches that cursed you? Or they're gone now, I assume.
Yes, I suppose that's one thing that's a part of that curse, that I lived for a very, very long time and definitely outlived them. But I'm sure their offspring still wander around these parts. The world was a very different place thousands of years ago. I haven't traveled much in that form. I hope to do so now with Lillian here. Anywhere you want. I haven't traveled much either. Let's go see the world. The world is ours.
Find your place. Rowan's gonna kind of nod to Tillian.
Thank you again.
So now that we're all completely being honest here, hi, I'm Briar.
Asher.
Wait, so you guys are giving me fake names then?
Oh yeah, we definitely did.
We thought you were.
So what's yours then, Rowan?
douche.
No, Rowan was being honest.
Oh, so you accidentally gave me your real name.
No.
Oh.
I introduced myself.
Okay. Cool, it's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case they were going to try to kill us, gave you a fake name. So
Does that happen often to you guys?
Yeah,
people tried to kill
he's
you.
surprised. Yeah.
Wow.
There's
I
individuals.
will remember to not ever join your party.
It's probably for your best for your health.
Yeah.
Besides, you've got a far brighter path ahead of you, both of you.
That I do. He kind of looks at her and smiles, and she kind of blushes and smiles back. This is... We've got a lot of getting to know each other to do, don't we? But something must be right. It broke the curse. Well, milady. He kind of puts his hand out, and she kind of takes his hand first, but then kind of like wraps her arm around his arm and kind of like nuzzles into him a little bit. Well, she kind of points off into the distance, almost a little bit towards Tierno, but a little bit more east, a little bit northeast. She points. I believe my castle, these woods look so much different, would be somewhere that way. We had lots of land when Tilo and Terno was kind of a combined kingdom with many noble families. It has many different towers as well. But let's go see if we can find the main castle then. She kind of head off that way. He kind of, all right.
I hope they are so happy forever.
Hopefully, her expectations of what her castle looks like are fairly low.
Actually, she might be able to assist us.
Rowan's going to hold up Jathryl's armor and kind of like look at it and kind of think about if he never left home, where would he be with Evelyn right now? Because of Jathryl. And he's going to kind of have a somber face, but happy for them. And he's going to kind of hold his armor in his hands a little tight.
Out here rolling around in the mud when you could have been rolling around in the sheets with her.
Que mala suerte. Well, I'm sure Jathryl's missing this. Excuse me, ma'am. The man that was wearing this, where'd he go?
He wanted pass to Tierno.
Thank you.
He actually came through a couple times. This pastime wasn't too long ago.
Well, we might be able to catch him then.
Right. I'm gonna put his armor in my backpack. Do we want to head back to the city or try to find him?
I say we try to find him. I don't think there's much left in that city.
Okay. Let's go.
You guys gonna travel the rest of the way to Tierno? With the mountain pass, it's only about, so altogether from Tilo to Tierno, through the mountain pass, now that it is cleared, should only be, let me look at the map here just to make sure I get this right. It should only be a few hours journey. And so by this point, you only have a couple hours left because you've already made it through the halfway point between the cities. Let me pull up le map.
Probably
But-
better that the town
Yep.
doesn't know.
So
that-
with this mountain pass, you're looking at maybe an hour or two next on your journey. If you continue towards Tierno. So it'd be like an hour or two back to Tilo, or an hour or two back or forward to Tierno.
Well,
Yeah, kind of look to the part and be like, it's probably better that town doesn't know she was transformed. give them their privacy.
I agree.
Agreed. All the town needs to know is that Princess is no longer a problem of theirs.
Dead or alive, we'll leave that up to them. Keep the legend alive.
Princess slash Duchess slash Countess Elizabeth slash Elizabeth. All right, so you guys travel this time now down the mountain pass. It at first kind of goes along the peak. You can actually see the city from here, or the town from here. Actually, from this mountain pass, you can actually see all the way across in the northeast, just this tiny little speck as the curve of Aelos begins. You can see just the slightest hint of King Haven, actually, from this peak. But then it starts to go down as you guys make your way towards Tierno. And Tierno, much like Tilo was, in as far as architectural design and just simple, just like wood, using the pines that are around them up in these mountains. But they are a little bit more at the base of the mountain, whereas you went up a ways to get to Tilo. So it's very similar to Tilo. They're essentially brother sister towns, as kind of the lore suggested about. Go ahead.
I did
was gonna
want to. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Nope, go ahead. You go ahead, Karan. Just
Yeah, Rowan's gonna. Rowan, want to try messaging out to Jathril. If he's alive and well as we expect him to be, then hopefully he'll be able to respond, and we can coordinate our arrival, considering how much more quickly we'll be there.
that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Yeah. And Rowan's just gonna kind of look at the site of King's Haven. I'm sure Dom is probably fixated on it
Yeah.
as well.
He stands there for a moment, like crested over the hill as the rest of the party moves, and he just kind of like, at this point, feeling like he's really close to bringing his family back here. But then
Briar.
ultimately reflects on the ultimate goal of not only coming to the aid of Jathril, but taking care of the people that once slew him.
Briar is gonna pause alongside Dom and bring out her sketchbook and start sketching as they're walking, like the view. Stay next to him and just drawing.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to message Jathril right now?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Because we're starting to come from up top and head down, descend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would try to reach out. So I'll use sending. And Jathril, we've left Tilo through the pass. We've resolved the princess issue, and we're descending the mountain to Tierno. Where are you?
After some time, a response comes through. Karan, I'm in the northeast tower. The Dungeons. They captured me in Terno. They're planning something sinister. Please come quick.
He's been captured. They captured him in Tierno. They're planning something, he says. I can't reach out to anyone. Briar, can you...
Yes, I can.
Rowan's breathing heavy.
find out more? He's all right. But we need to get to him. He's in the northeast tower, he said.
I'm gonna be looking now over Turno, trying to pinpoint that northeast
Little
tower.
ways off into the woods, a little bit up the mountain, you see just the hint of a tower with some of the top of the tower just kind of like sliced off and decayed over time. This kind of ancient ruined tower.
Should we wait for me to reach out to him until we're closer? Or do you want me to say something? We only
Yeah,
have one more
let's-
chance today.
Let's get closer. And Rowan is scanning at this point to try to find a path in which they could take to be less seen in a very strategic way, but
I'm
quick.
gonna cast guidance on you as well. So-
Would you like?
It's a 1d4 on top of whatever roll that you're about to make.
Okay. I don't know what I'm rolling yet, but what would you say that roll would be? Perception,
Perception, yeah.
survival. Okay. Okay. So that is a 12 plus 4, which would be a 16 on top of Asher's guidance, would be a dirty 20.
Okay. With that, you reckon that kind of trailing down off the path just a little bit ways, a little bit more kind of like southeast around the perimeter of the mountain, as this Tierno is kind of situated in this little bowl kind of over off in the kind of northeast corner of the dip between the mountains. And you can kind of, you guys eventually make your way around to again, the very familiar architecture and structure of Tierno. This same kind of like tavern environment, just small town, people doing their work. No signs of shadowed hand individuals roaming around in the town.
Being familiar with like the symbol, we're gonna at least Briar is going to keep a
Okay.
very sharp
Right.
eye around, looking for it hidden. Once we get to a place, I'm just telling you guys my plan.
Yeah.
Once we get to a place where we can communicate with Jethro, let me know. I'm thinking possibly asking to describe what's around him or something. So we'll just be strategic.
Once
Yeah.
we get closer, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace, but that'll only have about 5 hours worth of slots.
I think that's more than enough time we'll need. His time's ticking. And Rowan's gonna, exactly how you described it, Holson. Rowan is gonna describe it using hand gestures to kind of help, like, guide how Rowan is mentally thinking how they're gonna go from point to point to get there quicker.
Are you heading
We need
into
to-
Tierno or heading towards the tower?
Heading towards the tower. Basically, we're gonna try to avoid at all costs to try to go through the city. We want to stay in the woods, use the woods to our advantage. Briar can blend in, so it's one less person not to worry about, but more
Less
of
eyes
a,
on us, potentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
And then I'll be when we're about like an hour or two away, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
You are
We're, like-
way closer than an hour. By this point,
Oh,
you are
okay.
like right outside the town, and then just maybe not even a mile away is like off in the northeast, is a little bit uphill, is that tower itself.
So
Yeah, I'll cast that. So we have a +10 to our stealth rolls.
So, strategy wise, do we need to try to get in some sort of rest before doing this? Because I have used a lot of spells.
yeah,
If I use sending, we just need like 4 hours.
I don't know if he has that amount of time.
I haven't
It's-
used many spells. What about you, Karun?
I've used a fair few. I'm certainly not going to be able to accomplish anything of my upper tier.
Briar, if you were to cast sending one or reach out to Jethro. Could you get that slot back in the time that we wait?
Well, yeah, we would, Caron and I would need a good 4 hours, but I mean, nothing short of that will give
You
us
could
what we need.
technically, because they need 8, right? How much do you guys need for a long rest?
8 for humans.
Yeah. So if you take, if you need 8 for your long rest, they could do a long rest at 4 hours, and then take another. Though you'll have watches. If you're gonna camp out in the woods instead of try to go to the tavern or a tavern, you'll need to have a watch. Up to you, but
You'll want to have a watch, yeah.
you'll want to have a watch. Yeah.
Regardless.
We can take a 4 hour. We don't need a full 8. I don't need it. Dom, do you need it?
I don't think Dom
He
has
hasn't
used
used
anything.
anything.
So he's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Asher.
I've used only 2 spells today.
So we can do 4 hours.
How
Rather
long do we
than eight.
approximate? Yeah. How long do we approximate from Tierno to the actual tower?
It's about an hour.
Okay.
If we decide to take a full night's rest, though, we go to the inn, be very inconspicuous. We all stay in the same room.
I think that the sooner the better. If we take even a moment, provided we're very particular about how secure and safe we are whilst we rest, we should just go straight there. Going into town probably could expose us to more eyes than we'd want. And when it's not like we are unfamiliar to important people within their clan.
So stay in the woods, stay hidden.
I will say,
Yeah.
out of game, just to give you your meta options here, this will be one of the hardest challenges, like encounters that you come across. And I think reasonably your characters could assume that and understand that. But also, you have the time constraint. So there's your metaverse options. Thanks, Mark.
So metaverse. I'm thinking if you guys don't need a full rest, then we take the 4 hour. Because if this is the hardest thing, then we need to be as souped up as possible. But then at least Asher, the human.
Well, so I only have metaverse. I've only used 1 first level spell for detect magic and a 2nd level for pass without a trace.
Okay.
I still have all my 3rd levels and
Yeah, if once I sending to Jethro one more time, my high is gone. I've already used low levels, and I don't. If this is going to be the hardest thing we have, being stuck with cantrips is not a good idea.
No,
Yeah,
we
so-
need the rest, absolutely. It's just
4 hours. We only do for the 4 hours.
Yeah.
agreed. Because
Okay.
when we're in combat, Asher, you're not casting spells. You're
Yeah.
ripping out throats.
yeah, and I have my spell slots for a few things I can do, but
Seth, hi.
Seth, hi.
Boy, could the party use your input right now.
let's find it. So Asher's
Rest in
gonna
the woods
help
or rest
us.
in the tavern.
Yeah, Asher's gonna use the time that we have with Pass Without a Trace to try to like find a nice secluded area where they can transfer a few hours.
How about we this is just a thought. We trek as close as we can to the tower without being next to it, and we rest there, so that cuts the time in half.
Yeah, like get within half a mile of the tower, maybe a little bit more.
We'll
You
just
said
have
pass without
to-
trace is 5 hours?
It's 1
Mhm.
hour, but I have
Oh, 1
5
hour.
slots I could theoretically spend on it. But
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Okay.
For my message to Jethro, Ron, what do you think is smart to do? We maybe ask
Let him-
about surroundings.
Surroundings, what he can see. if he can. Let him know that we're coming. And if he's on a timeline, to let us know what it is. He probably can hear what they're saying.
So, like, what can you see?
Mm-hmm. We're on our way.
Like, give him a timeline though, like 5 hours, maybe?
5 hours, we're going to be on our way. Within 5 hours, we'll be on our way.
Okay, what can you see? Rescue within 5 hours.
And are you on a timeline? Karan, what do you think?
I think that, yes, if by timeline, if he knows when these plans are to be enacted, but he definitely needs to know we're coming.
Yes.
Otherwise, he might try to sway us away if he knows something.
Right.
We don't want to walk into a trap.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Jethriel, what can you see? Help within. It's within 1 word or 2?
Within's 1 word.
Okay. 5 hours. Are you on timeline? What plans do they have? You can respond. 25
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
word. Okay.
Very efficient. Used all the words.
Sixth level. Bag overhead. What were your other questions? Sorry. All of them.
Okay. So what can you see? I let him know that we're 5 hours away. Is he on a time? Like, is there a timeline? What plans?
I have as long as it takes to break me. Others with me. I'm gonna roll for something. Hold on.
Okay. She just has a finger up because she's concentrating.
Maybe 15. I'll hold on. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. And she's going to put her hand on Rowan's shoulder and kind of like shake him up a bit. Like, you know. He's got the bag over his head, but he can ascertain that there are others with him, maybe about 15. And he's on the 6th level. I'm not sure if it's up or down.
I meant to distinguish that there are others with him and there are maybe 15 enemies. So like comma, maybe 15 enemies.
15 enemies.
Sick. Okay. 15 bad guys. Okay. Alright. So I guess we'll have to look at the tower and see about how high it is. or how dilapidated or if there's anything below. But anyway, there's about 15 bad dudes. And he said he'll try to hold on. He's being tortured for sure. So maybe just the 4 hours.
At the word torture, Rowan's eyes are just gonna snap on you.
Just relax, Rowan. We're no good to him dead.
We have to
We need
stay
to level
calm.
head.
All right, because we need to think very carefully, right, Garon?
Indeed. If we slip up, the numbers that he thinks he doesn't know, he said, those numbers could overwhelm us. We have to be tactful.
Yes. You too. You both need to be calm.
I will break them.
Let's break
Ace chimes in from
Jathrul's
chat.
bars. Let's break Jathrul's bars first. Once he's free, do as you do best.
So,
You're right.
outside of a good ways away from the tower, about how far do you want to be away from the tower?
See, like a
Probably like a mile to like between a half a mile and a mile to where we can like see it, but we're still pretty well.
Mhm.
3/4 of a mile.
distance.
3/4 of a mile, just kind of getting. Or if we need to, we can do a dead sprint.
Dash. Yeah.
A dead sprint to try to get there as fast
So
as we
by
can.
this point, because it has been at this point dusk for you guys, by the time you make your approach, it will be nighttime.
Okay. Kieran, if there's a little thing of moonlight, maybe use that to hide, and then I will be in the tree.
Most
Nice.
certainly.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll try to go find us a spot that's kind of secluded and safe.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Rowan's
that'd be
gonna
a survival
look
or
Which were you trying to do?
Trying to camouflage our spot, like that type of
like
thing.
yeah, we'll find a spot where we can
Yeah,
camouflage
roll
it.
me a survival with a. Do you have proficiency for that?
I do.
Yeah,
Right.
you're good.
Let me double check.
Is there a
Yeah, I
hopefully
do.
so? Nice.
Well, I don't see shit. I rolled a 2, so it's a 10.
with the mention of
in-
trees.
In the nerves
fine.
of trying to want to keep a sight on the tower and also trying to just bed down kind of like restlessly, you find just what you think will be the best place you can find, just kind of frantically trying to do so quickly without wasting much time. You have a place to bed down.
Rowan's going to look around at the trees. Are there any, with the mention of trees from Briar, is there like any, do they have decent height, and are they strong enough branches that maybe we can kind of quietly just be in the trees? So if there's any passerbys on the ground, we would really
It
have
would
to
be
give
hard
ourselves
to
away.
be in the trees. These types of trees would be a little bit
Okay.
harder to be in.
Are these coniferous trees like pines?
They're
and
not.
such?
Yeah, they're not necessarily the strongest branches. They got nice trunks, but not the strongest of branches. As far as like, you could, but it'd be pretty uncomfortable. You could get up there. As far as like trying to do any kind of rest or anything, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Rowan's not doing a rest. He doesn't need to rest.
Okay.
I would say during that time, no, that'd be too loud. Since we're probably going to be on the ground, Rowan has a shovel that he has in his pack. He's going to take the actual shovel part off, and he's going to try to bend like little pieces, just like RL had, like basically create like little ninja kunai, and just so he can have things to just throw at people, and just if need to, with the little pieces of shovel, he's going to just kind of work at for the next 4 hours to try to break just sharp pieces to where he can just throw,
Okay.
if possible.
So you're trying
It
to
would-
use.
I'd probably
turn
just
your
consider them
shovel
an improvised weapon. So yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say it'd be thrown with disadvantage because they would be really awkward. And then probably not do all that much damage. But you have them
Yeah,
if you want. But
he's gonna have him. He's gonna have him.
Good distractions.
could be that too. Yeah.
How after we wake up from our 4 hours, that probably would have been about an 8-hour day, correct? That we've had so far.
Yeah, so you guys woke up. Yeah, you guys have. You're now approaching. You started this day in the morning, so you had your full rest there in Tilo. Now you're more than 8 hours. Yeah.
Okay, so when I wake up, I'll be doing mage armor again. I just needed to make sure that and keep track of that.
Yeah. So, is everybody who is on watch?
Basically, the 3 humans that aren't taking a rest.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me perception checks. Chat. I need somebody to do !D100. And if you don't want to be responsible for this, I don't blame you. But I need somebody to do it.
Of course, it's Ace.
Seth is doing it to
I love you,
himself.
Seth. I love you. He's like, I'll do it to you. I'm here. Yeah, I got you. I got you, bro.
That's a 24 in perception for Asher. Rowan.
I rolled a 19 plus 6. Not 6, plus 4, so 24?
23. Yeah. So damn.
23, yeah.
23 and what?
24.
Oh, I can roll for Ace.
Yeah, and then Ace would also.
Okay. Oh, is it perception?
Yeah.
What is it? 4. So he got an 18.
Damn.
In the night, you hear just a crackling through the woods coming from where you came, passing by, headed in the direction of the tower.
I'll just look over at Rowan.
Rowan heard it too, so he's gonna acknowledge you.
I need you guys all to roll me stealth checks with your still passive without a trace, I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably up by now, so he would have recasted it as soon as he heard the sound. So I'll say.
Is that going to
spell
expend more of your spell slots though?
slot. Yeah. So I'm up to, but they're second level slots, so I don't necessarily need it.
So Dom rolled a 16.
27 for Rowan.
Stealth.
Plus
is
10 to that, by the way. We
Yeah.
still have the...
Nat 20 for being in
15
chance.
for Asher.
Stealth. That's a 14 for Briar.
With the pass without a trace.
No. What's the add to that?
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
That was
We good.
Yeah,
We good.
30, yeah. For
Yeah, we're
There
good.
is no change or shift in the pace of the footsteps. With your higher perception rolls, you gathered that it was maybe about 3 people. And they don't shift pace or head in your direction at all. They don't stop to investigate anything. They seem to pass by. And the rest of the night goes by unimpeded. But the rest of the night, well, we'll see what happens next time.
Yo,
I
that pass
am-
without a trace. I was like, I
I
rolled a
am
4.
s-
I'm like, oh, that's a +1. I'm not on Davner right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be stressed this whole week.
My boy, Jethro.
We know he's alive still right now, currently.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Right now,
that's
still
fine.
currently.
But
As of before the rest.
I am so excited for this next episode, guys. This has been a build up for so long. And there's so much in this next episode. I'm so excited. But again, like I said, I really needed to give you that warning. This is a fight. Because not only are you fighting, like, you know, the bosses that you know, there's like people on the way there that, I mean, it would be a hard enough fight if you were just fighting them. But you got some stuff along the way. Like you said, 6th level, so...
Oh, I just had an idea. Oh boy.
Grim meets his maker. I don't know, I'm really worried. This is going to be the most stressed combat you guys will have been through. I'm feeling it.
With your permission, I'm going to talk to you about something, about a conversation that probably would have been had. We can, if you want. It was a conversation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll talk about it with you offline.
Okay.
And then we can
maybe
talk about it.
if you guys join in the Discord, and if Ellie has time and joins in the Discord, maybe she'll talk about it then, and you guys can come hang out with us, and we'll do it then. Speaking of Discord, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Like I said, !Discord. Join the Discord. Get involved with the community. I hope you enjoyed. Everybody that was new, we got so many people that came from Dirtwood's raid. Sparkly El Mirage, thank you for the 1 month sub. You're amazing. And Valorix, thank you for resubscribing. I love you, Fal. Trail Mixin, thank you for following. Wawawatsi. I'm not saying that right. Wawatizi plays. I think that's what that is. Thank you for following. Chillbread, thank you for following. Ty Wilson Music, thank you for following. And Etherical Artist, hey, hands, thank you for following as well, and thank you for participating in chat. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's make it daytime. There we go. Normal daytime. Hi, Quimson Walkstar. Enjoy your potatoes. Jack the Blue thanks you for the applause. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Hey, all of you! ! Discord. Join the Discord. It's already there. Just scroll up. Come hang out with us. Appreciate you guys. All right, it's time to do the thing. We're gonna go show somebody some love. So it's not quite time to join the Discord. It is time to raid and show somebody some love that they deserve. All right, it is doom time. Stick around. Show them some love. #legendary raid.